Tracking your progress. Embarking on any journey of self-improvement, particularly one as profound as mastering DBT skills, requires more than just learning new concepts. It demands active engagement and a keen eye on your own progress. Think of your emotional well-being as a winding path and tracking your progress as the map that shows you where you've been, where you are now, and where you're headed. Without a clear record, it's easy to feel lost or wonder if you're truly making headway, even when subtle shifts are occurring. This isn't about rigid adherence to a perfect plan, but rather about creating a tangible way to observe your internal landscape. Keeping tabs on your efforts helps solidify the skills you're learning, transforming abstract ideas into concrete actions. It provides a mirror reflecting your commitment and the real changes unfolding within you. This simple act of observation empowers you to take ownership of your growth. It's an indispensable component for anyone serious about fostering lasting emotional balance. At first glance, the idea of diligently tracking your emotions, urges, and skill use might feel like another chore added to an already busy life, perhaps even a bit overwhelming. However, understanding the deeper purpose behind this practice can transform it from a burdensome task into a powerful act of self-care and empowerment. This isn't about judging yourself or creating a flawless record. It's about gathering invaluable data that only you can collect. Each entry you make becomes a piece of your personal puzzle, revealing insights into your unique emotional patterns and triggers. It's a proactive step, allowing you to move beyond simply reacting to your emotions and instead actively engaging with them. By consistently logging your experiences, you begin to see the subtle ways your efforts are paying off, building a sense of agency over your internal world. This process cultivates a deeper connection with yourself, fostering a non-judgmental awareness that is foundational to all DBT skills. Embrace tracking as your personal research project, designed to help you truly understand and master your own mind. Defining what progress truly means in the context of emotional regulation and interpersonal effectiveness can often be more nuanced than simply feeling happy all the time, which is an unrealistic expectation. True progress in DBT isn't always about eliminating difficult emotions entirely. Instead, it's frequently about changing your relationship with those emotions and responding to them more effectively. It might mean noticing a slight decrease in the intensity of an overwhelming feeling, even if the feeling itself still arises. Perhaps progress looks like a shorter duration of distress after a triggering event, or choosing to use a distress tolerance skill instead of an unhelpful coping mechanism. It could also manifest as a small improvement in how you communicate your needs, even if the conversation isn't perfectly smooth. Recognizing these smaller, incremental shifts is absolutely vital because they are the building blocks of profound, long-term change. Don't overlook these subtle victories. They are tangible signs that your hard work is indeed yielding results, guiding you toward a more balanced and fulfilling life. Progress is a mosaic built piece by piece, and every piece counts. Understanding why you're tracking your progress is just as important as knowing what to track, as this clarity fuels your motivation and directs your attention. The primary purpose is to gain valuable insight into the intricate dance between your thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, and actions. When you consistently record these elements, you start to identify recurring patterns, noticing specific situations or thoughts that tend to trigger intense emotions. This observational data helps you pinpoint which DBT skills are most effective for you in particular scenarios, allowing you to refine your persona, L toolkit. Moreover, tracking illuminates areas where you might still be struggling, highlighting skills you need to practice more diligently or situations you need to approach differently. It serves as a practical diagnostic tool, offering a clear snapshot of your emotional landscape at various points throughout your day or week. This self-awareness is the bedrock upon which all lasting change is built, guiding your efforts towards genuine, sustainable improvement. Without this why, tracking can feel aimless. With it, it becomes a powerful navigational tool. One of the most foundational and widely used tools for tracking progress in dialectical behavior therapy is the DBT diary card, a simple yet incredibly effective resource. This structured worksheet typically includes sections for daily ratings of your target behaviors, such as urges to self-harm, substance use, or other problematic actions, alongside the intensity of various emotions like anger, anxiety, or sadness. Crucially, it also prompts you to record which DBT skills you used throughout the day and how effective you found them to be. Completing this card daily helps you become more mindful of your internal experiences and your behavioral responses in real time. It offers a standardized way to quantify your emotional fluctuations and skill application, making it easier to spot trends over time. Many therapists use these cards as a central point of discussion during sessions, allowing for targeted feedback and adjustments to your treatment plan. Embracing the diary card can provide a clear, objective record of your journey, helping you to see both your challenges and your triumphs. Even if you're not in formal therapy, a personalized version of this card can be incredibly beneficial for self-guided practice. While the structured DBT diary card is immensely helpful, tracking your progress doesn't have to be confined to a single format. Flexibility can often enhance consistency and personal relevance. Many individuals find great benefit in supplementing or even replacing the diary card with a personal journal, where they can write more freely about their experiences, thoughts, and feelings. This allows for a deeper exploration of the narrative surrounding your emotions, providing context that numerical ratings alone might miss. You might also opt for simpler methods, such as keeping notes on your phone, using a dedicated app, or even just a small notebook to jot down quick observations throughout the day. The key is to find a method that feels natural and sustainable for you, one that you'll actually stick with over time. Regardless of the tool you choose, the core principle remains the same: regularly documenting your internal and external experiences to gain insight. Experiment with different approaches until you discover what resonates most effectively with your lifestyle and preferences, ensuring your tracking remains an accessible and helpful practice. To truly harness the power of tracking, it's essential to know precisely which elements of your experience will yield the most valuable insights into your emotional regulation and behavioral patterns. Beyond general mood, focus on specific emotions you struggle with most often, rating their intensity on a scale, perhaps from 0 to 10. Crucially, pay close attention to any urges you experience, such as urges to self-harm, use substances, engage in disordered eating, or lash out in anger, noting their strength and how long they last. Equally important is documenting the precipitating event, what happened right before the emotion or urge arose, as this helps identify triggers. Record your thoughts during these moments, as they often play a significant role in escalating or de-escalating your feelings. Finally, always make sure to log the DBT skills you applied in response to these challenges, detailing which specific skill you chose. These core elements provide a comprehensive picture, allowing you to connect the dots between external events, internal reactions, and your proactive coping strategies. This detailed record becomes the foundation for understanding yourself better and making informed adjustments to your approach. Beyond simply acknowledging that you used a skill, the true depth of tracking comes from meticulously documenting how you applied it and what the immediate aftermath looked like. When you record a skill, specify which particular one you employed. Was it stop, tip, radical acceptance, or perhaps dear man? Note the exact situation or emotion that prompted you to use that skill, providing crucial context for its application. Then, critically, assess the outcome or effectiveness of that skill on a scale, perhaps from 0, not at all helpful, to 5, extremely helpful. Did your distress decrease? Did the urge subside? Did the conversation go more smoothly? Even if a skill didn't work perfectly, recording that observation is valuable data. It helps you understand why it might not have been the right fit for that specific moment, or if you need more practice with it. This detailed approach moves beyond mere compliance, transforming tracking into an active learning process where you become the expert on your own skill usage. Each entry refines your understanding of what truly works for you, building a personalized blueprint for emotional resilience. The magic of consistent tracking truly unfolds as you begin to observe the intricate patterns and connections that emerge from your collected data over time. What might seem like isolated incidents on a day-to-day basis often reveals recurring themes when viewed in aggregate. You might notice, for instance, that your anxiety consistently spikes on Sunday evenings, or that specific types of interactions with a particular person reliably trigger feelings of anger. Perhaps you discover that using a certain mindfulness skill before meals significantly reduces urges to binge. These connections are not always obvious in the moment, but your tracked entries provide the objective evidence needed to uncover them. This deeper understanding allows you to anticipate potential challenges and proactively apply skills before situations escalate. Identifying these personalized patterns empowers you to make more informed choices about your environment, your relationships, and your coping strategies. It transforms your daily experiences from a series of random events into a navigable landscape with clear pathways and predictable detours, guiding you toward greater stability. One of the most profound, yet often overlooked, benefits of diligently tracking your progress is its incredible power to foster self-compassion, shifting your perspective from harsh self-criticism to gentle understanding. When you look back at your entries, especially during challenging periods, you'll see a record of your efforts, not just your perceived failures. Even on days when you feel you didn't succeed or when emotions ran high, your tracking shows that you tried to apply skills, that you were present and observed your experience. This objective data helps counteract the mind's tendency to catastrophize or generalize, preventing you from concluding that nothing ever works, or I'm always failing. Instead, you can see specific instances where you made an effort, even if the outcome wasn't perfect, and acknowledge your resilience. It provides concrete evidence of your dedication to growth, allowing you to be kinder to yourself when setbacks occur. This practice reinforces the idea that every attempt is a step forward, cultivating a compassionate inner dialogue that recognizes effort and perseverance as valuable in themselves. Tracking becomes a testament to your unwavering commitment to your own well-being. Simply recording your experiences isn't enough. The true value of tracking your progress comes alive when you dedicate time to regularly review your collected data, transforming it into actionable insights. Consider establishing a weekly ritual, perhaps with your therapist if you have one, or independently if you're working through this workbook on your own. During this review, look for trends. Are certain emotions more prevalent? Are specific skills proving particularly effective, or are some consistently falling short? Note any recurring triggers or situations that challenge you the most. This reflective practice allows you to step back from the immediate emotional intensity of daily life and gain a broader, more objective perspective on your journey. It's an opportunity to celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and to identify areas where you might need to adjust your approach or focus on practicing a new skill. This dedicated review time is where raw data transforms into meaningful wisdom, guiding your next steps with clarity and purpose. Without this crucial step, your tracking becomes just a collection of notes, rather than a powerful tool for change. The insights gleaned from your regular data review are not just for understanding, they are the catalyst for actively adjusting your course, allowing you to refine your strategies and optimize your journey toward emotional mastery. If your tracking consistently shows that a particular skill isn't yielding the desired results in certain situations, perhaps it's time to explore a different skill from your DBT toolkit for those specific challenges. Conversely, if you notice a skill is consistently effective, you can intentionally incorporate it more often into your daily routine. This data-driven approach removes the guesswork from self-improvement, enabling you to make informed decisions about your practice. You might realize you need to spend more time on a specific module, or perhaps you discover a new trigger that requires a proactive coping plan. Your tracked progress acts as a feedback loop, constantly informing and shaping your individual path. It's about being a flexible and responsive learner, continually adapting your methods based on real-world evidence from your own life. This dynamic adjustment is what truly propels you forward, ensuring your efforts are always aligned with your evolving needs and goals. As you diligently track your progress and review your efforts, It's absolutely vital to make a conscious habit of celebrating your small victories, no matter how minor they might seem in the grand scheme of things. Often, we are conditioned to only acknowledge monumental achievements, overlooking the countless incremental steps that actually lead to significant change. Did you manage to pause before reacting impulsively? Did you use a distress tolerance skill for even 5 minutes during a crisis? Did you communicate a boundary, even if imperfectly? These are not trivial accomplishments. They are powerful indicators of growth and resilience. Acknowledging these small wins reinforces positive behaviors and provides crucial motivation to continue your hard work. It shifts your focus from what you haven't yet achieved to what you are actively doing and improving. Take a moment to mentally, or even physically, pat yourself on the back or share your success with a trusted friend or therapist. These moments of self-acknowledgement fuel your journey, reminding you that every effort, big or small, contributes to building a life worth living. Celebrating these steps ensures you stay engaged and hopeful, making the path feel less daunting and more rewarding. Ultimately, the practice of tracking your progress, while central to your DBT journey, is not just a temporary exercise. It's a valuable lifelong skill that extends far beyond the confines of this workbook. The ability to observe your internal and external experiences, identify patterns, and intentionally adjust your strategies is a cornerstone of ongoing emotional intelligence and self-management. As you integrate DBT skills into your daily life, the habit of self-monitoring will become second nature, allowing you to navigate future challenges with greater awareness and efficacy. Even after you feel you've mastered many of the skills, life will inevitably present new stressors and situations that require adaptive responses. Your learned capacity for tracking will enable you to continuously assess your well-being, proactively address emerging issues, and maintain your hard-earned emotional balance. This isn't about perpetual vigilance, but rather about cultivating a gentle, yet powerful, self-awareness that empowers you to live a more mindful, fulfilling, and resilient life long after you've turned the final page. Consider it a gift you give yourself, a tool for continuous growth and self-mastery. Setting realistic goals. Embarking on any journey of personal growth, especially one as transformative as dialectical behavior therapy, requires a clear roadmap, and that's where setting realistic goals comes into play. It's truly the foundation upon which lasting change is built, guiding your efforts and helping you stay on track without feeling overwhelmed. Without well-defined, achievable steps, even the most enthusiastic intentions can quickly fizzle out, leaving you feeling frustrated and questioning your progress. Think of your goals as small, manageable lights along a path, each one illuminating the next step forward rather than trying to light up the entire journey at once. This mindful approach ensures that you build momentum gradually and celebrate small victories, which are incredibly important for motivation in the long run. By consciously crafting goals that are within your reach, you create a positive feedback loop that encourages continuous effort and reinforces your commitment to the DBT skills you are learning. It's about setting yourself up for success, not for disappointment, as you navigate the complexities of emotional well-being and relationships. This strategic way of thinking about your progress will make your DBT journey much more sustainable and rewarding. Many people start their self-improvement journeys with grand, sweeping statements like, "I'm never going to feel anxious again," or "I'll always handle every conflict perfectly from now on." While the desire behind these statements is understandable and admirable, such unrealistic expectations often become stumbling blocks rather than stepping stones. When these ambitious, often impossible goals aren't met instantly, it can lead to a crushing sense of failure, disappointment, and even self-blame. This negative spiral can then make you doubt your capabilities, question the effectiveness of DBT, and ultimately tempt you to give up entirely on the valuable skills you're working so hard to acquire. The truth is, emotional regulation and interpersonal effectiveness are lifelong practices, not destinations you arrive at overnight. Recognizing this fundamental reality is crucial for protecting your motivation and maintaining a compassionate perspective toward your own growth process. It's about understanding that progress is often incremental and rarely a straight line, which is perfectly normal and human. So, what does realistic truly mean when we talk about goals in the context of DBT? It means setting objectives that are genuinely achievable given your current resources, your available time, and your present emotional and mental state, not just what you aspire to do someday. A realistic goal acknowledges where you are right now and builds from that point, rather than ignoring your current limitations or challenges. It's about being honest with yourself about what's possible in the immediate future, recognizing that your capacity might fluctuate day to day. For instance, if you're experiencing a period of intense stress, a realistic goal might be much smaller than during a calmer time. This doesn't mean you're not trying hard enough. It means you're being wise and strategic about your energy and effort. Understanding and applying this definition of realistic helps you avoid setting yourself up for unnecessary struggle and ensures that each goal contributes positively to your overall well-being. It's a compassionate and effective way to approach your personal development. To make your goals truly clear and actionable, it helps to make them specific and measurable. Instead of a vague aim like, I want to feel better, try to define what better looks like in concrete terms that you can actually observe and track. For example, a specific goal might be, I will practice a guided mindfulness meditation for 10 minutes every morning this week. This statement leaves no room for ambiguity about what you need to do or how you'll know if you've done it. Measurable goals allow you to see your progress objectively, which is a powerful motivator and a way to build confidence in your abilities. You can literally tick off days you've meditated for 10 minutes, giving you tangible proof of your effort and success. This clarity helps to reduce procrastination and provides a clear target to aim for, making your journey feel more structured and less overwhelming. By focusing on these concrete actions, you transform abstract desires into practical steps toward emotional mastery. Beyond being specific and measurable, a truly realistic goal must also be achievable and relevant to your overall objectives within DBT. An achievable goal is one that you genuinely can accomplish with your current skills, resources, and effort. Perhaps with a little stretch, but not an impossible leap. It's about finding that sweet spot where a goal challenges you without overwhelming you. For instance, if you're new to distress tolerance, aiming to completely eliminate all uncomfortable feelings in a crisis might not be achievable, but practicing a specific self-soothing skill for 5 minutes during a stressful moment certainly is. Furthermore, your goals should be relevant, meaning they align directly with your values and the DBT skills you're actively working to master. If your core value is improving relationships, then a goal about practicing active listening during a conversation is highly relevant. This ensures that your efforts are purposeful and contribute meaningfully to the life you're striving to create, making each step forward feel significant and worthwhile. Adding a time-bound element to your goals provides a helpful framework for accountability and focus, even if that time frame is flexible. Setting a deadline, whether it's by the end of the day, this week, or within the next month, creates a sense of urgency and helps you prioritize your efforts. For example, instead of just, I will use my emotion regulation skills, you might say, I will identify and label one emotion I experience each day for the next 3 days. This time frame gives you a clear endpoint to work towards and then reflect upon. It also allows you to break down larger objectives into smaller, more manageable chunks, preventing the feeling of an endless task. While it's important to remain flexible and adjust deadlines if life throws unexpected curveballs, having a target date helps to keep you motivated and moving forward. This structure encourages consistent practice, which is vital for integrating DBT skills into your daily life and making them second nature. It's about giving your efforts a clear beginning, middle, and end, even if that end is just a checkpoint. One of the most powerful strategies for setting realistic goals, especially when building new habits or emotional responses, is to start incredibly small. Often we get caught up in the idea that for something to count, it has to be a grand gesture or a massive overhaul. However, in the world of personal growth, tiny, consistent steps often yield the most profound and lasting results. Think about it. It's far easier to commit to practicing mindfulness for 2 minutes a day than for an hour. Once that 2-minute habit is firmly established and feels comfortable, you can gradually increase the duration. These small wins build confidence, reduce the likelihood of feeling overwhelmed, and create a strong foundation for more significant changes over time. Each tiny success reinforces your belief in your ability to change and makes the next small step feel even more achievable. This micro-goal approach is incredibly effective for integrating new DBT skills into your daily routine without triggering resistance or burnout. Let's consider a practical example to highlight the difference between an unrealistic goal and a truly realistic small step. An unrealistic goal might be, I will never get angry again, no matter what happens. This is an impossible standard, as anger is a natural human emotion. When anger inevitably arises, this goal leads directly to feelings of failure and self-criticism. A realistic small step, however, would be something like, when I feel anger rising, I will pause for 1 minute and practice a distress tolerance skill like paced breathing or splashing cold water on my face. This goal acknowledges the emotion's presence, but focuses on a manageable, specific action you can take to cope effectively. It's about changing your response, not eliminating the emotion itself. This approach sets you up for success because it's something you can do, and each time you do it, you reinforce a healthier coping mechanism, building your emotional resilience 1 minute at a time. Before you commit to any goal, take a moment for honest self-assessment regarding your current capacity. This involves checking in with your energy levels, considering your existing time commitments, and acknowledging your emotional bandwidth. Are you currently navigating a particularly stressful period at work or home? Are you feeling more fatigued than usual? It's perfectly okay if your capacity fluctuates. What's important is to set goals that respect where you are right now, not where you wish you were. Pushing yourself too hard when your resources are already stretched thin can quickly lead to burnout and make you resent the very skills you're trying to learn. Self-awareness, a core DBT skill, plays a crucial role here, helping you to understand your limits and adjust your expectations accordingly. By honoring your current state, you set goals that are genuinely sustainable and supportive of your overall well-being, fostering a kinder and more effective approach to your personal growth journey. In the realm of DBT, and truly in any significant personal development, it's often more beneficial to focus on the process rather than solely on the outcome. While having a desired outcome is important, the journey of consistently applying your skills and making an effort holds immense value in itself. For example, if your goal is to improve communication in a relationship, the process goal might be to practice active listening for 15 minutes during one conversation this week. Even if the conversation doesn't magically resolve all issues, the act of practicing active listening is a success in itself. This shift in focus helps to reduce pressure and allows you to celebrate your efforts and dedication, regardless of the immediate results. It teaches you resilience and reinforces the idea that consistent practice builds mastery over time. By valuing the how as much as the what, you cultivate a deeper appreciation for your commitment to growth and embed the DBT skills more profoundly. Life is unpredictable, and even the most carefully planned goals sometimes need to be revised or adjusted. It's crucial to remember that your goals are not set in stone. They are dynamic guides that can and should evolve as your circumstances change, or as you gain new insights about yourself and your journey. If you find a goal is proving too challenging, or if new responsibilities suddenly emerge, don't view it as a failure to modify your plan. Instead, see it as an act of self-compassion and wise mind, adapting to reality. Perhaps you need to break a goal down into even smaller steps, or maybe you need to temporarily pause one goal to focus on another. This flexibility is a hallmark of effective self-management and prevents rigid thinking from derailing your progress entirely. Being adaptable allows you to maintain momentum and stay committed to your overall well-being, even when the path ahead takes an unexpected turn. As you embark on setting and pursuing your goals, remember to incorporate a vital DBT principle: self-compassion. It's easy to fall into the trap of harsh self-judgment when a goal isn't met perfectly, or when you experience a setback. However, treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially during challenging moments, is absolutely essential for long-term progress. If you miss a day of practice, instead of berating yourself, acknowledge the slip, understand why it happened without judgment, and gently recommit to your goal for the next opportunity. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about creating a supportive internal environment that encourages growth and resilience. By extending the same warmth and understanding to yourself that you would offer a dear friend, you build an inner strength that helps you persist through difficulties and learn from experiences without becoming overwhelmed by shame or inadequacy. This gentle approach is a powerful antidote to perfectionism and a cornerstone of lasting change. Mindfulness, one of the core DBT skills, offers a powerful tool for setting goals that are truly grounded in your current reality, rather than being based on aspirational fantasies or wishful thinking. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your present emotional state, your physical sensations, and your current capacity, allowing you to set goals that are genuinely achievable and relevant. Take a few moments to check in with yourself before defining a new objective. What are you feeling right now? What energy do you have? What are your immediate needs? This present moment awareness helps you to avoid making commitments based on how you think you should feel or what you think you should be doing. Instead, your goals will emerge from a place of genuine self-understanding and acceptance. Using mindfulness in this way ensures that your goals are not only realistic, but also deeply aligned with your authentic self and your actual needs, fostering a more sustainable and meaningful path forward. While goal setting is a personal process, leveraging your interpersonal effectiveness skills by communicating your goals to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or support group can provide invaluable accountability and encouragement. Sharing your intentions with someone who supports your growth can create an external layer of commitment that helps you stay on track, especially on days when your internal motivation might wane. This doesn't mean you need to seek constant approval, but rather that you're inviting a supportive presence into your journey. A trusted confidant can offer a fresh perspective, celebrate your successes, and provide gentle encouragement when you encounter obstacles. They can also help you brainstorm solutions or remind you of your strengths when you're feeling discouraged. Building this kind of supportive network reinforces your efforts and reminds you that you're not alone in your pursuit of emotional well-being, making your goals feel more attainable and your journey less isolating. Even when your goals are meticulously realistic, the path to achieving them will inevitably present challenges and moments of discomfort. This is precisely where your distress tolerance skills become invaluable allies. There will be times when practicing a new skill feels awkward, when emotions run high, or when you simply don't feel like putting in the effort. Instead of giving up or reverting to old, unhelpful patterns, remember that DBT has equipped you with strategies to push through these moments without making things worse. Whether it's practicing self-soothing, distracting yourself effectively, or accepting the moment as it is, these skills allow you to tolerate the temporary discomfort that comes with growth. They help you stay committed to your goals, even when your motivation dips, preventing minor setbacks from derailing your entire progress. By consciously applying distress tolerance, you build resilience and prove to yourself that you can navigate the tough parts of change without abandoning your commitment to a more fulfilling life. Ultimately, the consistent practice of setting and working towards realistic goals, one manageable step at a time, builds powerful momentum and reinforces every DBT skill you learn. Each small success, each moment of mindful effort, and each act of self-compassion layers upon the next, creating a solid foundation for lasting change. This deliberate approach not only helps you achieve specific objectives, but also cultivates a deep sense of self-efficacy and confidence in your ability to navigate life's challenges. You'll find yourself more capable of regulating emotions, building healthier relationships, and tolerating distress, all while moving toward a life that truly feels worth living. It's a journey of continuous refinement, where realistic goals serve as your constant, encouraging companions, guiding you steadily toward greater emotional balance and personal fulfillment. Keep taking those realistic steps and watch how your life transforms. Dealing with setbacks. Embarking on any journey of personal growth, especially one as profound as mastering DBT skills, inevitably brings moments where things don't go as planned. It's a completely normal, even expected, part of the process for everyone involved. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You might wobble, you might fall, but those moments don't erase all the progress you've made. Setbacks are not failures. Instead, they are simply detours or bumps in the road that offer unique opportunities for deeper learning and stronger resilience. Embracing this perspective from the start can significantly alter how you react when these challenging moments arise. Understanding that a setback is a universal experience can also help reduce feelings of isolation or self-blame, fostering a more compassionate approach to your own journey. This acceptance is the first crucial step in navigating these difficult waters effectively and moving forward with renewed determination. Remember, your path to emotional well-being is a marathon, not a sprint, and occasional stumbles are just part of the race. A setback, in the context of DBT, might look different for each person, but it generally involves a temporary return to old, less effective coping patterns or feeling overwhelmed by emotions you thought you had a handle on. Perhaps you reacted impulsively in a situation where you intended to use an interpersonal effectiveness skill. Or you found yourself spiraling into intense anxiety despite practicing distress tolerance techniques. Maybe you noticed yourself engaging in self-critical thoughts after a period of improved self-compassion, or you struggled to stay mindful during a particularly stressful moment. These instances can feel incredibly frustrating, making you question your progress and the effectiveness of the skills you've been diligently learning. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you've failed or that the skills aren't working for you at all. Recognizing these specific moments as setbacks rather than total collapses is vital for maintaining a healthy perspective on your growth. When a setback hits, a wave of powerful emotions often follows in its wake, and these feelings are completely understandable. You might experience intense disappointment, a surge of frustration, or a heavy sense of shame that makes you want to give up entirely. It's common to feel angry at yourself for slipping up or to feel a deep discouragement that drains your motivation. These emotional responses are natural human reactions to perceived failure or a deviation from your desired path. Allowing yourself to acknowledge these feelings without judgment is an important first step, rather than trying to push them away or criticize yourself further for having them. Trying to suppress these emotions often makes them stronger, so giving them space to simply exist can actually lessen their intensity over time. Be aware of the urge to self-criticize during these moments, as that only adds to the emotional burden you are already carrying. However, while these feelings are valid and deserve your attention, it's crucial not to let them dictate your next actions or derail your entire journey. Dwelling on self-blame or allowing shame to consume you can create a cycle that makes it even harder to re-engage with your skills. The goal isn't to never feel these emotions, it's to experience them, understand their message, and then choose a skillful response that moves you towards your goals. This is where your DBT training truly comes into play, offering you tools to navigate this internal storm without causing further damage. Your ability to observe these difficult feelings and choose how to respond, rather than reacting automatically, is a testament to your growing emotional intelligence. Remember, the temporary discomfort of a setback does not define your overall capacity for change and growth, nor does it negate all the hard work you have invested. The first and arguably most powerful DBT skill to deploy during a setback is mindfulness. Instead of immediately judging yourself or spiraling into negative thoughts, take a moment to simply observe what is happening. Notice the thoughts that are running through your mind, the physical sensations in your body, and the emotions you are experiencing without attaching labels of good or bad. This non-judgmental awareness allows you to create a small but significant space between the event and your reaction to it, giving you the power to choose your next step. It's about acknowledging the reality of the setback without getting caught up in the story you might be telling yourself about what it means for your worth or your future. This mindful pause is your opportunity to ground yourself before making any impulsive decisions. Use this moment to breathe deeply and anchor yourself in the present, allowing the initial intensity of the reaction to soften slightly. Once you've mindfully observed the situation, if the emotional intensity is overwhelming, turn to your distress tolerance skills. These are your emergency tools designed to help you get through a crisis without making things worse, and a setback can certainly feel like a mini crisis. Whether it's practicing tip skills to quickly reduce physiological arousal, engaging in self-soothing activities, or using wise mind steps to distract yourself healthily, these techniques can help you weather the immediate storm. The goal here is not to solve the problem of the setback, but simply to manage the intense emotional discomfort it has triggered. By effectively tolerating the distress, you prevent yourself from resorting to old, unskillful behaviors that could exacerbate the situation. Give yourself permission to use these skills without guilt, understanding they are there precisely for these challenging moments. Remember, getting through the immediate emotional peak is often the most difficult part, and your distress tolerance skills are your allies. After the initial emotional intensity has subsided, it's time to engage your emotion regulation skills to understand the setback more deeply. Ask yourself, what emotions were truly at play during the setback? What triggered those emotions? Were there specific thoughts or beliefs that contributed to the old coping mechanism taking over? This reflective process is not about blame, but about gaining insight into the chain of NTS that led to the setback. By identifying the triggers and the emotional responses, you can begin to pinpoint areas where your skills might need more practice or where you need to develop new strategies. Understanding the why behind the setback empowers you to make different choices next time, transforming a moment of struggle into a valuable lesson. This analytical step is crucial for turning a negative experience into a constructive learning opportunity for future growth and development. Crucially, dealing with setbacks effectively requires a generous dose of self-compassion. Imagine how you would treat a close friend who experienced a similar stumble on their journey. You would likely offer kindness, understanding, and encouragement, rather than harsh criticism. Extend that same gentle understanding to yourself. Recognize that you are a human being, making a dedicated effort to change deeply ingrained patterns, and that process is inherently messy and imperfect. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about acknowledging your pain and offering yourself the comfort and support you need to keep going. This gentle approach actually fosters greater motivation and resilience, making you more likely to pick yourself up and try again. Treat yourself as your own best friend, offering words of encouragement and understanding instead of judgment. Remember that true strength often comes from showing kindness to ourselves, especially when we feel most vulnerable. Instead of viewing a setback as a definitive failure, reframe it as valuable data or feedback. Every time you stumble, you gather new information about your triggers, your emotional vulnerabilities, and the specific situations where your skills are most challenged. This perspective shifts the narrative from one of personal failing to one of scientific inquiry, where each experiment, your attempt to use a skill, provides insights, even if the initial outcome wasn't what you hoped for. What did you learn about yourself in that moment? What environmental factors played a role? What skill might have been more effective? Or, how could you have applied an existing skill differently? This analytical, non-judgmental approach transforms a disheartening event into a powerful opportunity for growth, allowing you to fine-tune your strategies. Every piece of data, even unexpected results, brings you closer to mastering your emotional landscape. Once you've processed the emotions and offered yourself compassion, take some time to review the situation objectively. What specific skill were you trying to use? Or what skill did you neglect? Were there any early warning signs that you missed? Perhaps you were feeling particularly stressed or sleep-deprived, which made you more susceptible to old patterns. Identifying these specific elements helps you understand the context of the setback, making it less about a personal failing and more about a confluence of factors. This detailed examination allows you to pinpoint exactly where the breakdown occurred and what adjustments you can make moving forward. Consider writing down your observations, as this can provide clarity and help solidify your learning. Remember, the goal is not to dwell on what went wrong, but to extract actionable insights from the experience. With new insights in hand, the next vital step is to consciously recommit to your practice. This isn't about feeling guilty or forcing yourself. It's about making a deliberate choice to re-engage with your DBT skills, knowing that each attempt builds your capacity. Choose one specific skill you want to focus on for the next few days, perhaps the one you neglected during the setback, or a self-soothing skill to rebuild your emotional reserves. This intentional re-engagement sends a powerful message to yourself that you are resilient and capable of learning and adapting. It reinforces the idea that one setback does not define your entire journey or your ability to grow. By actively choosing to practice again, you are actively moving yourself forward, demonstrating true commitment to your well-being. This focused re-engagement helps to break the cycle of discouragement and rebuilds momentum. It is incredibly important to remember that progress in mastering DBT skills, or any life skill for that matter, is rarely a straight upward line. More often, it resembles a spiral, where you revisit similar challenges at different levels of understanding and with new tools at your disposal. You might find yourself circling back to a familiar struggle, but each time you approach it with more experience, more awareness, and a greater repertoire of skills. This nonlinear nature of growth means that setbacks are not deviations from the path. They are an inherent part of the path itself. Embrace this reality, understanding that even when it feels like you're taking a step backward, you're actually gaining valuable perspective that will propel you further forward in the long run. Celebrate the small victories and acknowledge the effort, even when the outcome isn't perfect. Your journey is uniquely yours, and its winding nature is what makes it so rich with lessons. Every single time you experience a setback and then choose to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and re-engage with your skills, you are actively strengthening your resilience. Each instance becomes a powerful testament to your inner strength and your unwavering commitment to creating a life worth living. It's in these moments of challenge that true growth occurs, as you learn to navigate adversity with increasing wisdom and grace. The act of getting back on track, no matter how small the step, builds a robust internal muscle that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Don't underestimate the profound impact of simply choosing to continue, even when it feels difficult or discouraging. Your persistence is a powerful skill in itself, proving that you are capable of weathering any storm and emerging stronger on the other side. Ultimately, dealing with setbacks isn't about avoiding them entirely, which is an unrealistic expectation for anyone. Instead, it's about cultivating the skills and mindset to navigate them effectively, to learn from them, and to use them as fuel for continued growth. Your DBT journey is a continuous process of learning, applying, and refining, and setbacks are just another part of that rich tapestry. By approaching these moments with mindfulness, self-compassion, and a commitment to learning, you transform potential obstacles into powerful stepping stones. Keep practicing, keep learning, and trust that each experience, good or challenging, is shaping you into a more emotionally intelligent and resilient individual. Your willingness to persist through these challenges is a clear indicator of your dedication to building a more balanced and fulfilling life. You are doing important, transformative work, and every step, even a misstep, contributes to your progress. Continuing your DBT journey. As you reach this point in the workbook, you might feel a sense of accomplishment, and rightly so. You've invested significant time and effort into learning powerful skills. However, it's crucial to understand that your journey with dialectical behavior therapy doesn't truly end when you close these pages. Instead, it transforms into a lifelong practice, a continuous process of applying, refining, and adapting what you've learned. Think of it less like finishing a race and more like developing a new way of navigating the world, one skill at a time. This ongoing engagement is what truly solidifies your progress and allows these tools to become an integral part of who you are. Embrace this perspective, recognizing that every day offers a new opportunity to deepen your understanding and strengthen your emotional resilience. Your commitment to this continuous practice is the most significant factor in building a life that feels genuinely balanced and fulfilling. It's about integrating these principles into the very fabric of your daily existence, making them second nature. Initially, applying DBT skills often feels like a deliberate, conscious effort, almost like learning to ride a bicycle for the first time. You might have to remind yourself to pause, breathe, or use a specific coping mechanism when intense emotions arise. Over time, with consistent practice, these skills begin to sink deeper, becoming more automatic and intuitive. The moments where you consciously choose a skill will slowly give way to instances where your brain naturally defaults to a healthier response. This shift is a powerful indicator of progress, signifying that you're truly internalizing the principles of mindfulness, emotion regulation, distress tolerance, and interpersonal effectiveness. It's about building new neural pathways, literally rewiring your brain to respond in more adaptive ways. Don't be discouraged if some skills still require effort. That's perfectly normal and part of the learning curve. Celebrate every small victory where a skill feels a little more natural, as these are the true signs of lasting change. Continuing your DBT journey means recognizing that practice isn't reserved only for moments of crisis or extreme emotional distress. In fact, the most profound growth often comes from integrating these skills into the mundane, everyday fabric of your life. This could mean practicing mindfulness during your morning coffee, using interpersonal effectiveness to navigate a minor disagreement with a friend, or employing emotion regulation when you feel frustrated in traffic. These seemingly small, consistent applications build a strong foundation, making the skills readily available when bigger challenges inevitably arise. Don't underestimate the power of these micro practices. They are the consistent deposits that fill your emotional resilience bank account. Every time you choose to respond skillfully, even to a minor trigger, you are reinforcing positive habits and strengthening your ability to handle life's complexities. This daily engagement transforms DBT from a set of techniques into a living, breathing part of your existence. It truly becomes a lifestyle, not just a temporary intervention. Life is anything but static. It constantly throws new curveballs, unexpected challenges, and evolving circumstances our way. What worked perfectly in one situation might need a slight tweak or a different approach in another. A crucial part of continuing your DBT journey is learning to adapt and modify the skills you've acquired to fit these new contexts. This isn't about abandoning what you've learned, but rather about creatively applying the core principles to novel situations. For instance, a distress tolerance skill you used for anxiety might be adapted slightly to manage a feeling of intense boredom or restlessness. Be curious and experimental. Think of yourself as a scientist, observing what works and what needs adjustment. This flexibility demonstrates a deeper understanding of the skills themselves, proving that you're not just following instructions, but truly mastering the underlying concepts. It's about becoming an expert in your own emotional landscape and developing a personalized toolkit. Throughout this workbook, we've touched upon the vital importance of self-compassion, and it becomes even more critical as you continue your journey. There will undoubtedly be days when you slip up, when old habits resurface, or when you simply feel overwhelmed despite all your efforts. In these moments, it's incredibly easy to fall into a trap of self-criticism and judgment, which can derail your progress. Instead, practice radical self-acceptance, acknowledging your humanity and the inherent challenges of growth. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend who is struggling. Remember that setbacks are not failures, but rather opportunities to learn, recalibrate, and recommit to your path. This compassionate stance allows you to pick yourself up more quickly, learn from the experience, and move forward with renewed determination, rather than getting stuck in shame. While DBT equips you with powerful internal resources, remember that you don't have to navigate this journey entirely alone. Building and actively utilizing a supportive network is an invaluable aspect of continuing your growth. This could include trusted friends, family members, a therapist, a support group, or even online communities focused on mental wellness. Sharing your experiences, celebrating your successes, and openly discussing your struggles with others can provide immense comfort, perspective, and accountability. Sometimes just knowing that someone else understands what you're going through can make a world of difference. Don't hesitate to reach out when you need a listening ear or practical advice. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. A strong support system acts as a safety net, offering encouragement and reminding you of your progress when you might lose sight of it yourself. In the grand scheme of a lifelong journey, it can sometimes be challenging to perceive your own progress, especially when you're deeply immersed in the day-to-day work. This is why it's so important to actively pause and acknowledge how far you've come, even if the steps feel small. Take time to reflect on your initial struggles and compare them to how you handle similar situations now. Perhaps you notice that your emotional intensity doesn't last as long, or you're able to communicate your needs more effectively, or you recover from distress more quickly. Keep a journal of your successes, no matter how minor they seem, as these written reminders can be incredibly powerful motivators. Celebrating these milestones, whether it's treating yourself to something nice or simply acknowledging your effort, reinforces positive behavior and fuels your commitment to continue. Recognizing your own growth is a vital part of sustaining the momentum and belief in your ability to thrive. As you become more adept at applying DBT skills, you'll find yourself gradually transforming into your own internal coach, guide, and wise mind. The external voices that initially taught you these techniques will slowly be replaced by an inner wisdom that intuitively knows which skill to use and when. This doesn't mean you'll never need external support again, but it signifies a profound shift towards self-reliance and emotional autonomy. You'll develop a deeper trust in your ability to navigate challenges, relying on your cultivated skills rather than feeling helpless. This internal coaching voice is compassionate, firm, and always oriented towards your well-being, guiding you through difficult moments with clarity. Listen to this inner wisdom. It's a testament to all the hard work you've put in and the profound changes you've undergone. Embrace this growing sense of mastery, understanding that you are truly becoming the expert of your own emotional life. The principles and skills of DBT offer an incredibly robust framework for emotional well-being, yet personal growth is a journey that extends far beyond any single methodology. As you continue, cultivate a spirit of curiosity and remain open to further learning and exploration. Perhaps you'll discover other complementary practices like specific types of meditation, creative outlets, or physical activities that further enhance your emotional health. The goal isn't to rigidly stick to only what's in this workbook, but rather to use it as a powerful springboard for a lifetime of self-discovery. Read other books, attend workshops, or simply pay attention to what resonates with your unique experiences and needs. This openness allows you to continuously expand your toolkit and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Embracing this lifelong learner mindset ensures that your journey remains dynamic, engaging, and ever-evolving. Ultimately, the entire purpose of engaging with DBT skills is to build what Marsha Linehan, the creator of DBT, calls a life worth living. This isn't about achieving a state of perpetual happiness or eliminating all suffering, which are unrealistic goals. Instead, it's about creating a life that is rich, meaningful, and deeply satisfying, even amidst the inevitable ups and downs. As you continue your journey, periodically revisit your personal vision for this life worth living, adjusting it as you grow and change. Let this vision be your guiding star, reminding you why you're putting in the effort and what you're working towards. Each skillful choice you make, each moment of self-compassion, and each step forward contributes to the tapestry of this meaningful existence. Your continued commitment to these skills is an investment in your own well-being and in the creation of a future filled with purpose and connection. As you continue to refine and apply your DBT skills, you'll likely notice a positive ripple effect extending beyond your own personal experience. Your improved emotion regulation, clearer communication, and increased distress tolerance will naturally enhance your relationships with others. You might find yourself responding more patiently to loved ones, setting healthier boundaries with greater ease, or navigating conflicts with a newfound calm. This positive change can inspire those around you, fostering a more supportive and understanding environment in your family, friendships, and even workplaces. Remember that your journey isn't just about you, it's about how your growth contributes to a more compassionate and connected world. Embrace this broader impact, recognizing that your dedication to self-improvement is a gift not only to yourself, but also to everyone you interact with. Your transformation can truly become a beacon of hope for others. Throughout this ongoing journey, maintaining a sense of hope and cultivating resilience will be your steadfast companions. There will be challenging periods, moments of doubt, and perhaps even times when you question the effectiveness of your efforts. During these times, lean on the foundation you've built and remember the progress you've already made. Hope is not passive wishing. It's an active belief in your capacity to grow, adapt, and overcome obstacles. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from adversity, armed with the skills to navigate difficult emotions and situations. These qualities are not inherent. They are strengthened through consistent practice and a commitment to your well-being. Embrace the understanding that every challenge you face and skillfully overcome further solidifies your hope and resilience, preparing you for whatever lies ahead. You are capable of far more than you sometimes realize.